I'm going to show you how to create pop-up forms in Klaviyo that get you new subscribers and get you new customers and sales. I'm going to quickly go over some of the fundamentals in terms of copy, what makes a good sign-up form, some of the behaviors that I've seen work really well, and just some of the designs as well. So let's get into it. Okay, so we have 6 different sign-up forms here, all of which have been split tested and have been optimized for mobile. I'll go into that shortly. But straight off the bat, I want to show you some of the different designs and the conversion rates that these designs got. Now, straight off the bat, we have used a sample size of about 500 to 600 people coming to see these sign-up forms, as you can see there, and we have wildly different conversion rates for each of these forms. And what's interesting is that some of these forms are actually offering the exact same incentive, just with different designs. So here we offered a white paper or a guide, and this actually, funnily enough, got 0 conversion rates, 0 conversions, and I'm going to show you really quickly why. As you can see here, there is no imagery. It just looks boring, it's too confusing, there's too much text going on. You want to keep sign-up forms short and to the point, which this one did not do. Now obviously it is optimized for mobile, and it's just to show right before the visitor actually leaves. Here's the issue with pop-up forms that show right before the visitor leaves. You can't actually tell when someone's going to leave on mobile, because there's no mouse, you're just tapping. So I really recommend not having sign-up forms or pop-up forms show right before a visitor leaves, just in general, but more often than not also on mobile. Not a good idea. Now, we did the exact same thing here with a 15% off discount, exact same form with a different offer, so not a white paper, instead a discount, exact same issue. Show before visitor leaves, 0 conversions, way too much text. Doesn't look good, right? But then we switched things up a little bit. We had the white paper, so once again, the guide that we were offering with this design and this behavior. A bit more simple, rather not the white paper, but the incentive, 15% off, a lot more simple, clearer, and it actually got more conversion rates. And we actually got this one to show after 8 seconds, right? Shows up right there, nice and easy. Now, we did the exact same design, but I'll show you right here, same behavior, and I'm going to explain why I'm going through all these really shortly. But here's the white paper. So far we can tell that white papers or guides for e-commerce brands, at least in this case, this is not a blanket room, but in this case, were not converting well. So guides were not performing as well as discounts or incentives from like a sale perspective. So factor that in when you're designing your sign-up forms. Personally, I recommend leading with a percentage off discount. And I'll quickly show you why. Here we have our final 2, which were actually our winning variations. 15% off. This was the winning variation right here. 15% off. And I want to show you how simple and basic the form actually looks like. This is it. This is all we designed. And this actually doubled our conversion rates compared to other ones. So it's just much more effective, right? Show after 8-second delay. And the key takeaway here, guys, is that sign-up forms and pop-up forms need to be as simple and straightforward as possible, straight to the point. So guys, simple is best, right? Now I'm going to quickly show you here as well, $15 off, it did not convert as well. So people actually seem to prefer percentage off discounts compared to dollar off discounts, mainly because percentage off discounts can flex according to how much somebody's actually going to buy. If, for example, I wanted to spend $200, I know 15% off is going to be more valuable for me compared to $15 off, right? So really important to know that there. Now I'm going to quickly go through the design, this winning design, and why I think it won. Let me show you now. I'll go into the design files here. So here's our design files. Now we designed these for all of our clients here, but I recommend actually using Figma or something like this. I want to show you why I think these variations won, okay? So this is the desktop version and this is the mobile version. You should be creating 2 different sign-up forms based on the device people are entering into. But let me run you through this. The reason this variation won is because it's so simple and clear what somebody has to do to enter. There's not a whole lot of text. It's very straight to the point. It's on brand. Colors pop. They contrast really well. That's why it won. There's no additional stuff for tell us your preferences, tell us your cell phone number. That all comes later down here after we get their email consent. We want to make sure that somebody can consent to email without having to perceive a bunch of other barriers. For example, if I added their SMS number here as well, that would be more perceived effort for the person to subscribe to this newsletter. Meaning, yes, we may get an increase in overall SMS subscriptions, but overall subscriptions are going to dip, right? Because some people who would have entered their first name and their email address are now no longer going to, because they also have to enter their SMS number. So just worth factoring that in. There's even an argument to be made for getting rid of their first name. Like, just have their email address, and then perhaps as the next step, then do the email. So I think that's why it won, guys. These are the steps. Now, I think the reason the 15% off beat the $15 off, and once again, test this for your own audiences. There's no blanket rules, but 15% off, percentage offs, just are more enticing for customers. Now, we also have to decide what we're actually measuring for success, right? Because from a subscription rate perspective, $15 may actually work, right? But from an e-commerce store perspective, we want to make sure our average order value is as high as possible. So somebody who was going to purchase with a discount, if they see that they have to meet a minimum order to get their $15 off, because they probably do, if they see that they have to meet the minimum order and that's above what they wanted to have spent, we're actually losing a conversion there. Meaning a 15% off would have been more effective at getting more orders, even though it potentially may not have been more effective at getting more subscribers. So you actually need to look at two things: the subscription rate, or the conversion rate of the forms, and also you need to look at the total revenue that each email brings related to the sign-up form that somebody entered with. I hope that makes sense. But obviously, if someone subscribes for your 15% off discount, they're going to receive a different email compared to the $15 off discount. And what you need to do is look first at what sign-up form is converting the best. So in this case, the 15% off was converting the best. And then you also need to compare that with the total revenue that each of the respective emails delivering these coupon codes generated. Any questions? Let me know. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Like I said, any questions, let me know. If you found it useful, subscribe. I've got a monthly newsletter as well down in the description. And I also have my contact details. Connect with me on LinkedIn, Instagram, all that good stuff. We'll see you in the next one.